Hello to everyone who is watching the BKK Kids Live Virtual Online Schools Fair 2024. We are getting started here in just 1 minute as people fill into the room here and start to show up. We've learned that it takes a few minutes for people to log on and click on that link in their email and come on here. So we'll be getting started here in just about 1 minute. Okay, everyone, welcome to the Virtual Online Schools Fair 2024 from BKK Kids. I'm excited to see the room is starting to fill up with people coming in on Facebook and on YouTube. As we usually do, I would love to see where you're from, where you're, I guess I date myself here when I say, where you're dialing in from, but let me know, are you in Bangkok? Are you in Australia, New Zealand? Are you in Singapore? Are you in Hong Kong? Are you in the Philippines? Are you in, what part of the world are you in? Or maybe you're in a different part of the world, and you're attending because you're considering coming to Bangkok from even further away, like somewhere in Europe or somewhere like the United States, North America, Canada, Latin America, something like that. I would love to know. You can actually put where you're from in the comments here in YouTube and Facebook. And I'm going to just say hello to everyone. And you should see, right there in both Facebook and on YouTube, my comment to you. So please, let us know where you're from. And, heck, we'll be asking lots of questions later, but that's the place as well where you ask questions of our speakers as they come up in our presentation today. Today, we're going to be, talking about schools that have the American curriculum, schools that focus on the IB World Schools curriculum, and other national curriculums. Yesterday in our conference here, we had exclusively British curriculum schools. And we had 12 schools that were a part of that. You can see here the schools that will be a part of the summit today. Very excited. We actually have, I believe it's eight interviews today. So each of the schools has guests that they're going to be coming online, I actually see my first guest here in the green room in the back here in our software that we use to stream here. So it's pretty fun. Before we get started, though, I want to make sure that we do acknowledge each of the schools that we're going to be featuring today here in this particular portion of our event, which are the International Community School, or ICS, the ISB International School Bangkok, KIS International School Bangkok, and KIS International School Greenwood Park Campus. Just want to make sure that we make a distinction there. KPIS International School, Prem International School in Chiang Mai, Singapore International School in Chiang Mai, and Unity Concord International School as well. So those schools are ones we're going to be featuring today. And I'm excited to talk to everybody who's going to be showing up now. Last little bit of, it's promotional for us, is that I want to remind everybody that today, we create this virtual summit as a way for you to meet schools in a fashion where it's, you can get information quickly. If you are, watching this live, you do have the opportunity to ask questions of some of our guests if you have a school that you're particularly interested in. People who are going to be watching the recording of this as well, you can still put your questions in the comments, and our schools can still answer you, or we can send that question over to the school so that we make sure that you do get an answer as well. But it's, if you want to see all of the schools that are in Bangkok, I encourage you to come over to bkkkids.com or chiangmaikids.com and check out the 2024 International School Guide. We're particularly proud of this guide only because it's our 10th year anniversary. And, when you put something like this together for 10 years, it's quite a milestone. And it's really exciting. Right. And so I just want to give a quick preview here to what it looks like when you come over to BKK Kids. You see here, this is what you can download. It's absolutely free. There's no cost involved at all. But you can see that, it's like 170 pages of information about schools. But it's so much more than just school information. We go through talking about different curriculums. We go through talking about different lifestyle choices. If you're a family that's moving to Bangkok, or interested in relocating here, about how to survive in the city, and different types of activities that you can do. And so the guide itself offers so much more than just school information. We talk about learning support and different pieces like that. And then you'll see we provide a map to where the schools are. And we actually, we take you outside of Bangkok as well, because we realize that the international school system is so much more than Bangkok. As you saw today, we're going to be having two schools from Chiang Mai here. We have schools from Phuket that we saw yesterday as well. But then, as you'll see as you go through the guide here, we have really great information about each school, and we kind of go into depth. What I love here, I found it. This is International Community Schools. They're going to be our first guest right here. You can see. This is their page right here where, we give the information about the school. We do a little highlight about them. You can learn about their level of instruction, the age range of the students, et cetera, and a lot more. So all that is a little promo there for coming over to bkkkids.com. I would like to also, all you have to do is go over to the website, bkkkids.com, go right to the top of the menu. There's a schools menu. Click on that International Schools Guide and Shazam. You'll be able to download it for free. No strings attached. The other thing that I want to mention as well is that we are more than schools as well, because we hear about the entire family, right? So I want to make sure that you also know about our 2024 BKK Kids Activities and Camp Guide. So the 2023 version is still out there, but we're updating it for the 2024 version. It'll be out in a month or so. But this is a curated version of family-friendly and child-friendly activities, camps that are all around the Bangkok region and beyond. Again, but again, we've been doing this. We've been focusing on the family and parenting experience in Bangkok for more than a decade now. we know the players, we know, the activities, we know the options, and we have put together this guide to make sure that you have the opportunity as well to quickly find out things that you like. Everything from golf and swimming to, robot camps and robotics camps and engineering camps to, overnight stay camps and, activities all across the board. So again, totally free, thanks to our sponsors and thanks to the schools that support us. So please come over and check that out as well. So without further ado, though, I'm excited to have our first guests here with us. I will put up their banner right here because they are the International Community School of Bangkok. But before I, introduce their school and play their video and whatnot, I am very excited to have Mr. Stephen Lattus, which is, I gotta say, my friends, the weirdest thing I think that I've ever seen ever. Our names are one letter different. I'm not even sure.
I know, crazy.
As well. So we could have a whole conversation.
I know.
Nobody really wants to hear about whether or not we are actually related in any way, but that's all right. Welcome to both of you. Thank you so much for taking time out of your morning today. What I've done in years past and what I did yesterday as well, I'd like to continue the tradition here. I'd love to offer you the opportunity to sort of set the stage for us. Tell us about ICS, paint the picture for what kind of school it is and what your campus is like, but also just what gets you up in the morning? How do you get excited to come to school every day, as a part of that? And Mr. Stephen, why don't we start with you?
Yeah, sure. Thanks, Stephen. Great to meet you.
Well.
Our names are very similar. When I first heard that, I'm like, wow, this is crazy. I thought the same thing. But anyway, yeah, I've been here 17 years, so all at ICS. And I think that alone can tell you what gets me up in the morning. I just love the school. I love serving here. I love the student community that is at ICS. I love the parent community that is at ICS. I think it's very strong. It's very vibrant. It's very supportive. And I love that our teachers seem to be here for a greater reason. And that's why they stay for 8 years on average at ICS. So I think that's part of what it takes to build a great community and a wonderful school. So in a nutshell, I believe that's really what we are, a beautiful community, a supportive community, a loving community for each other, and one that where loving and learning is at the forefront of everything we do.
Cool. Miss Liz, then I want to ask you the same question. You're the head of admissions there. What's that first aha moment that you see with parents who have decided to make ICS their home? What are the key pieces of feedback that you get? They're like, hey, here's why we chose it, or here's what we saw that made the difference, or this was the moment for us.
Yeah, I think one of the biggest things we're known for is that community. So I hear that a lot from people coming to visit the school, or even as they're visiting, where we're on a tour or things, is seeing that community in full, right? We see our students are enjoying it. They're running around, they're having fun, they're engaged with their teachers. I agree with Mr. Steve, a big part of it is these teachers that are very committed to the school and the mission of the school. And as he said, because of that, they stay for a long time. So ICS has been around for over 30 years now. There are a few staff members that have been here since the beginning or very close to the beginning as well, and many that have been here over 10 years. And so with that, we're able to build that really strong partnership with parents that then, of course, is also our student body as well. So that is a big reason I think people are interested, people come, and then people, choose to enroll here, is to be a part of that community. That I think that is the reason we see the great academic success that we do, right? So we can give all the numbers about high SAT scores and great university acceptances, but we're having those results, I think, because of that loving and learning that Stephen mentioned.
Fantastic. So talk me through what's the different aspects of your curriculum that you offer. Take me through the grade levels that you offer. I mean, I already heard you say SAT and college acceptances. So obviously through the fruition of the child's experience there. But what other sort of curriculum pieces would you like to put on the table?
Yeah, we do offer an American-based curriculum. So a lot of our curriculum is from the U.S. We have a very consistent curriculum in the elementary level. And then as you work your way up to middle school and high school, we go to the AP, Advanced Placement Options. So we offer, I believe, the most APs in Thailand, which is 24 AP classes. And AP classes give you college credit if you do well on the exam. And our students score amazingly well on those, about over 90% passing rate. for our students that take AP exams. So it leads very well into U.S. universities, but our kids go around the world, all over the world, Australia, United Kingdom, countries in Europe, also countries in obviously Korea and China as well. So even our AP curriculum is enough for our kids to go really anywhere they desire. But many of our kids do go to America, and then some stay in Thailand as well.
Okay. Are there other pathways to choose besides AP?
No, I mean, they could choose the normal college prep curriculum, which will, again, get them into most universities around the world. But in order to push themselves a bit to get into higher level universities, they do have to push themselves in taking a handful of AP classes throughout their high school career.
All right. Is there also a specific? Sorry, and I should really mention this. I want to thank Sasha who put these questions in here for us. Is the AP diploma a specific diploma that's different from just sort of a standard diploma, or
No,
is there I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's the same diploma. Everyone gets the same diploma that completes the curriculum. But you could also, if you have a well-versed AP class course list throughout your high school career, you can then get an AP scholar. You can become an AP scholar, things like that. And that could be used when applying for university, but it is not a different diploma. Everyone gets the same one as long as they're graduating with the credits they need to graduate from ICS.
It does affect their GPA. So AP courses or honor. So we have high school level honors and AP. Honors and AP are weighted differently on the GPA. So students that take a lot of AP courses, right, have an opportunity for their GPA to be above a 4.0. Possible.
Fantastic. So take me outside of academics. What sort of other opportunities are available for students at ICS?
Yeah, we have each term, we kind of split it by season. We match our enrichment or after school enrichment program with our sports seasons. So throughout our 3 seasons, throughout the school year, we have about 25 enrichment activities, mainly for elementary children. And then we also have at least 20 sports programs each season. The 4th season is way less. We are part of the BMAC conference, which is the Bangkok Metropolitan Athletic Conference, with schools like NIST, Patna, ISB, and RIS. So that is our sports conference. Very vibrant community, things going on all the time after school. We also have middle school and high school clubs, over 50 clubs in the high school, maybe over 60 now. These are mainly student-led clubs. So it gives chance for students to lead things that they have a desire to lead, and also middle school as well. Those grades 6 to 8, they lead various clubs as well.
Yeah, and there's also different theater opportunities. For different sports seasons.
Yeah, theater definitely is huge at our school. Over 100 students are involved in the theater production too.
Sure. Yeah. No. I was going to say, take me down the arts path, and music and other. And if you wouldn't mind, Liz, that in that same sort of vein as well. For many of the schools that we hear about, there's sort of travel opportunities or opportunities to go different places. Can you walk me through some of those?
Yeah, so with athletics, so going off that, our varsity teams do compete also with ACSC, which is throughout Southeast Asia. So the soccer or the basketball team was just out doing that in another country. So those teams will travel. Addition to that, I think a big thing I like about our travel opportunities is starting in grades 6 and up every year, our students take a SALT trip, which is serving and learning together. So they go in their grade level group out somewhere in Thailand to do service work. So it's a chance to work as a team, start putting their education to use for the good of the world as well. So that's a great opportunity that every student does. Every middle school, high school student goes out for those trips as well. And then, of course, there's various field trips and things for every grade level throughout the years too.
Yeah, just to add to that, we are part of this ACSC conference, which is a conference that has 7 countries involved, schools from 7 different countries, different Christian international schools. We link up with them because we are a Christian school. So we compete, our varsity teams compete against those schools every varsity season. So girls soccer, boys soccer, volleyball, basketball as well. And we also link up with those schools, a new thing this year, with our strings program, orchestra, and our band program. So they just went to Hong Kong and Korea just last week for strings and band. So we link up with those schools internationally.
Super cool. Talk to me about learning support activities. Like what sort of, if I'm either, a student who maybe needs a little extra help, or I'm clearly advancing beyond my years, or, I'm accelerating the class. Like what are those two different outlets look like?
Yeah, we have a learning support program in our elementary school all the way through high school. So if their learning needs are slight, then we maybe they need some extra math support. Our learning support educator pulls them in or goes into the classroom more often to help support a few students at a time. So we have that learning support program through all levels. We also are one of the first schools to implement a life skills support system in elementary throughout grade 12. So over 10 years ago, we started in grade 6 to 12, where it's more of a self-contained classroom with kids with moderate to high needs. Kids with Down syndrome, kids with maybe nonverbal autism, and they're in a self-contained class, but they also push into the classrooms like art, PE, music, things like that. So they get to know their peers, they graduate alongside their peers, but they're learning at their level. They're learning on individualized plans. So we have it so learning support program takes care of our students at a lower to moderate need, and then moderate to high, our life skills program takes care of. We have an elementary program for that as well. But it's tough to get into, I will say, because we can only have a few slots open each year.
Okay, sure.
Due to staffing.
Well, that kind of leads me, I think that's you've kind of teed me up perfectly, Liz. What are some of the challenges that you hear from families, either new families that are entering into the school or are considering ICS? That is it location? Is it will my kid fit in? Is it how will credits transfer? I don't know. Like what are the biggest challenges that you hear from parents, or concerns, I guess, about coming into ICS?
Yeah. So one of the biggest concerns I hear just about entering the school is, of course, are there seats available? So I think it is quite well known that yes, we do receive a large number of applications and our seat availability is limited, especially in many of the grade levels. But then as they're here, there is, parents always talk about, if we're an international family, we might move. Will my child be able to move to another school? Will the credits transfer? The quick answer is yes, we are fully accredited through both Western Association of Schools and Colleges and Association of Christian Schools International, which basically means that yes, so the credits will transfer. So if you move in high school, right, the new school will look at our transcript and adjust accordingly, which is also why our students are able to go to universities around the world. And I think the other big concern, of course, for any parent, right, I have 3 kids, Stephen has 3 kids, is, will my child find a place? Will they find friends? What's going to happen if someone is mean to them? And again, that, it's a very understandable concern. I think every parent has that. And I will say I have been very impressed. We came when my first was just starting school, and I had those same feelings. And seeing the way that the teachers really come around these kids and love them, and they're assigning buddies to new students, and so helping them out, helping them get adjusted, giving them kind of an automatic friend with that buddy system is helpful. And on top of that, we have counselors in each division, so elementary, middle, and high school. And a big part of their role at the beginning of the year is checking in with those new students, right? How's that transition going? So in elementary, our elementary counselor has lunch bunch, right? He'll bring in new students and maybe their buddies. So let's talk about the transition. How's it going? Same with middle and high school as well. So there is a constant check-in as students are transitioning, helping make sure they're finding a friend group. And I always encourage students as well, get involved in something, pick something, even if it's just one thing. If it's a club, it's a sport, whatever it is, it's theater. Find one thing to join, and it makes it pretty simple from there. So again, I think that community we talk about with our parents and staff is a huge part of that, is our students as well, that are known as a pretty welcoming bunch of kids, I would say.
Yeah. I just want to add, I think Liz is being a bit modest about her biggest stressor. I think right now it is the number of applications she's receiving. We are blessed right now to receive several applications for each grade level. So we're really thankful for that.
That's fantastic. That's wonderful. So, well, then, as my final question for you, Mr. Stephen, as we wrap this up, you've been there 17 years. You said, what are you most excited about for, the next year, the 2020, 24, 25 school year, maybe the year after that? Are there, new campus modifications, curriculum modifications, new facilities, other programs that are coming on that, as the school continues to evolve?
Yeah, we're looking at campus modifications right now. We pretty much are on a 19-rye piece of land. We are looking at maybe future growth, future land purchase. We don't know. Something has to become available, but that is something we could look into. Also, we have a facility that's now here on the Bangkok campus around 19, 18 years old. So we're doing ramification. This year, we're remodeling this summer our whole elementary play space. We're also remodeling probably our performing arts center. So we're doing things to really spruce up our facilities that are now, obviously 19 years old now. Mm-hmm. We purchased a new field. This is 5-6 years ago, 11-a-side soccer field, and we built our athletic facility just about 8 years ago. So we're doing well. We also have another campus in Udon Thani. So we built that in 2020 because, we felt like, okay, what area does need a school like ICS? And we felt like that area of the northeast region of Thailand, we felt like needs an international Christian school up there. So now that school is currently thriving and growing each year. So we're really thankful for that. But that's a big piece of our school as well.
I was just going to say that's a huge one. Yeah, we didn't even. I'm glad you touched it. I'm glad you brought it out there, Mr. Stephen and Ms. Liz. Thank you so much for taking the time out today to speak with me. I really appreciate you. It's always a really busy day. But now I'm going to move on to your promotional video, and I'll leave you to your day. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Stephen.
Thank you.
So folks, the International Community School, ICS, is a Christian international school that has been offering an excellent education in Bangkok for over 30 years. ICS offers the most AP or advanced placement courses of any school in Thailand, with students getting accepted into top universities from the United States, UK, and around the world, such as Yale, UC Berkeley, and King's College London. ICS is one of the very few nonprofit international schools in Thailand, with all proceeds going directly back into the school. ICS has a warm community that supports children academically, spiritually, and emotionally, with teachers and staff staying on an average for 9 years. At ICS, the focus is on the whole child and preparing them the best way possible for the future. ICS is a community that cares for each child and puts loving and learning at the forefront of everything they do. And without further ado, I would love to show you their video. Here we go.
My name is Liz Spiker. I'm the head of admissions at ICS. We hope you enjoyed this glimpse into the campus and community at ICS. ICS teachers stay on average for over 8 years, which builds a close community with strong relationships among staff, students, and parents. ICS curriculum starts with K4 when students are 4 years old. To join K4, students must be 4 years old before September 1 of the school year they begin class. ICS has 2 K4 classrooms with a maximum of 15 students in each class. Each classroom has a teacher and a teacher's aide. English is the language of instruction in all ICS classrooms, including K4, which means students must be able to speak and understand English in order to be admitted. K4 applicants meet with the elementary admissions team for an entrance interview. ICS offers learning support for students who need additional academic support. Students may meet with a teacher one-on-one in a small group setting, or the teacher may come into the classroom depending on the need. ICS also offers a special education life skills program for students with special needs. Special education students have an individualized education plan and work toward their academic goals with a special education teacher, and also join their peers for various classes, activities, and field trips. The Athletic and Recreation Center, or ARC, was built in 2013 and houses the athletic department as well as the elementary cafeteria, indoor playground, and dance studio. The ARC has 4 gyms total. 1 is a double gym and 1 is enclosed with air purifiers to provide a safe place for students to play if the air quality outside is poor. The swimming area at ICS contains a lap pool, a 1-meter pool, and a half-meter depth pool. Students will participate in swim lessons as a part of the PE curriculum. In addition to the ARC, ICS also has 2 soccer fields. The Cafe Field is a 7-a-side field located next to the ARC, and the Gentry Field is a 5-ride, 11-a-side field that is located next to the main campus. High school students take classes in subject areas such as science, math, history, and English, along with a variety of electives. ICS offers 23 Advanced Placement, or AP, courses, the most of any school in Thailand. AP courses are college-level classes taught in our classroom that prepares the students for university studies. ICS offers AP courses in all subject areas, with several science courses that are held in the labs as seen here. ICS students enjoy their lunchtime in our cafeteria, which offers a wide variety of Asian and Western foods, along with salads, sandwiches, smoothies, and fruit. This Mac lab is one of 5 computer labs on campus, both PC and Mac. All students take a computer class, starting with basic computer skills in elementary, growing skills through middle school, and can choose AP computer science options in high school. ICS invests in sustainable, renewable energy. Solar panels are located on the top of our athletic facility that provide renewable energy to our campus. This serves our entire school community and is a part of our mission for the good of the world.
ICS students are performing on the highest academic level. Our students have had the highest reported SAT scores in Bangkok over the last several years. ICS is also an AP school, offering more AP classes and AP exams than any other school in Thailand. Our students also do exceptionally well on these AP exams, which prepares them for university success and admission into some of the best colleges in the world.
At ICS, our middle school and high school students have an opportunity to participate in a wide variety of 60 clubs, and many of these clubs are student-led and student-run.
ICS is a non-profit school with all the money going back to the school. We began in 1993 and has continuously grown since then. We hope you really enjoy getting to know more about us. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact us at the admissions office by email or phone or schedule a school visit. Thank you.
And thank you once again to our friends over at ICS there. Our next school coming up here is the ISB International School Bangkok, which is, we're going to learn more about them. Again, I'm going to be introducing them formally and showing their video presentation in just a second here. But before then, I need to add him to the stage here. Mr. Rob Tyler, how are you, sir?
Very good. How are you doing this morning?
I'm well, thank you very much. I know that we had Mr. David Greppel scheduled as well, but I assume that he will not be able to make it today.
Well, we're quite busy over here, and David's just finishing up the tour. So if he can make it, he'll be dropping in.
Fantastic. I just wanted to make sure that people his name's on the stage here, so I just wanted to make sure. So anyway, as I have done for others, Rob, I wanted to offer you the opportunity to just sort of introduce ISB. Take us through, what it means, through your eyes, and kind of what brings you to campus every day. What do you get most excited about?
Well, interestingly, I don't go to campus every day because my role at the school is really outward facing, and I spend a lot of my time down in Bangkok Metro and working with companies, embassies, parents. Directly with them there. And the reason for that is because ISB really is a school in which students and families are in transition. Unlike a lot of schools in Bangkok, ISB, we have managed numbers on our number of Thai students. So, around 25 to 30% of our students will be Thai national here living in Thailand, and really the rest will all be from all over the world. So I think we have over 60 nationalities, and the majority of these families are really in transition. David's going to be joining me now, so
fantastic.
I'll slide in. But so really that's who we are, and really in our DNA is being in transition and trying to work with families to make sure that zero learning time is lost as families hit the ground here in Bangkok, and that's so important. We really don't want kids to fall behind in their learning. It's a continuum. The stop clock is on. You can't redoing a year is can be really disruptive for your learning journey. So really, for us, we're all about those families that are in transition, that really need to get up to speed quickly and hit the ground running. And as a not-for-profit school, we really put most of our investment back into our teachers. Our staff here are 80% of our cost. So, one way in which we help families hit the ground running is just by making sure that we are very well resourced. And I think I just saw the numbers. I think we're hiring another additional 20 staff next year, which will bring our total teaching staff numbers up to somewhere in the mid 400s maybe. So it's kind of an exciting time, and we're also seeing quite a bit of growth now.
Fantastic. David, welcome to the show. Welcome to our summit here. Wonderful to have you. I'm glad you're able to finish your tour and join us. Thank you so much. The question for you is, I think something that's really intriguing or interesting for people to learn about is the location of ISB in terms of its location to Bangkok and whatnot. So talk to us about what that environment's like, what the relationship is to Bangkok, and sort of paint that picture for us.
Yeah, so I often talk to families about this. So we're about 25 kilometers from the city center, north, sort of near the old international airport. And so here, I always talk to families from the perspective of what kind of lifestyle would you like to have, for your family? Are you looking for, that busy, I'll use the word hectic kind of downtown life that you've got, where Bangkok, it's kind of like, it's like the New York of Southeast Asia. There's always something happening. You have to get everywhere, but like here, kids can ride a bike to school. I saw today when I was going to school, I saw a 4-year-old riding a bicycle on their own to school. So I see kids like skateboard to school here as well. So that's the difference. That's a big difference there. Like just that kind of independence for the students. Let's say the comfort for the parents to trust their kids. Like, your 3rd grader will come home, say, "Hey, Mom, I'm going to Jimmy's house," and Jimmy lives 6 turns away, and you as a parent will know that it's perfectly safe for my son or daughter to take that journey. But within Nichita, so where the school is located, which is a housing community, we've got all kinds of services here already. A lot of the businesses that are around us cater to the families who live here. So a lot of people here drive golf carts. There's golf cart mechanics just outside the gate. So lots of people have pets here because it's a perfect spot to, if you've got dogs or something, downtown isn't really the spot to have a dog. If you have a bigger dog, be here. We have dog parks here, and there's a vet almost at every gate. We've got malls nearby. One is about 5 minutes away. So like a lot of the things that you kind of would look for families, I would say the younger the kids, the more families would choose to live up here. But even for your middle and high schoolers, like most kids these days, they want to be active. They want to have places to go and hang out. Our campus is open until 8 p.m. every day and even on weekends. So if kids want to come and play basketball, baseball, play soccer on the field, even our library is open every now and then. Even our cafe is open on the weekend, and we have interviews here throughout the weekend. So it's kind of like the school kind of becomes a community center in that sense for the community that we have here. And if you want to go downtown, so we have shuttle buses that bring parents downtown in the mornings and afternoons. And even on a weekend, I think we go to the shopping district. That's the way I'm going to call it, at least shopping district. So downtown is 35, 40 minutes away. Cool. Most times it's like you can kind of get the best of both worlds, I think, being here. And like I said, it's really a question of lifestyle, right? So are you the city people, or are you, do you want something a bit more calmer, all around you and have kind of access to everything you might need as a family?
Thanks. We have a question that came in from Dahl Nugent Ashton, and she's asking, can you tell me what learning support options you can offer for her daughter as she's currently doing the American curriculum?
Okay, yeah. So for learning support, so we have essentially, let's call it 3 tiers of learning support. And then we have, in addition to it, we have what we call life-centered education. So that's for students with intensive learning differences. So that's kids who, won't, unfortunately, aren't able to access the curriculum either due to psychological differences or physical differences. So we have a specific program for those kids that's designed and tailored to those students. Now, the other 3 tiers, so every student is tier 1. That's your teacher. That's the support you get in class. Tier 2 is for students who usually need just some accommodation for their learning. So it might be that you get more time on a test. It might be that you sit closer to the teacher. It might be that you get an extra day or evening to complete homework. Might be that, there's a teacher that comes into the room to support you. So we usually don't do pull out support, which means that kids are taken out of a classroom and taken to a different space to learn. We push teachers in, so teachers go into the classrooms for the kids. And this is the case for elementary, middle, and high school. And then there's tier 3 learning support, which is still push-in support in the class. This is usually for students who have some kind of learning difference, whether it's could be ADHD, it could be dyslexia, dysgraphia, dyscalculia. And so those kids need a bit more hands-on support in class. And then if we have students who might need some help with staying organized or stay on top of their work, so we have something called intensive studies class that's in middle and high school. And this is it's part of their schedule. It's every other day. And it's a chance for students who need it to either do a recap of what they did in class, because that teacher they would have that intensive study class with was in that class with them, supporting them and maybe other kids who were there. It's a time to finish, to get that extra 30 minutes on your test if you need it, to go over your homework before you go and do it, or to check it before you hand it in. So that's kind of the learning support piece. And then there's, of course, the English language support piece as well. So kids entering elementary school, we have no requirement of level for English language. Kids who are total beginners can come enter elementary school at that level. And for middle and high school, there is a threshold that we sort of need for kids to be able to access the curriculum and learn English at the same time.
Maybe I'll just add to that as well, because the way I kind of see this is that this learning support platform is like the school within the school. Mm-hmm. So we have this wider school ISB, and within that there is a platform that can support kids who have these requirements. However, there's a limited number of seats for that school within the school. So many times you might hear people say, "Oh, well, it's very difficult to get into to ISB, or there wasn't enough space." Well, that might just be because they were applying for what we did an assessment, and we have allocated them towards that learning support platform, of which there are limited seats available. So I just wanted to kind of put that in there as well for those parents that are thinking about applying to ISB and might have these kind of requirements. The earlier you get your application in, the better.
For sure.
Of course, thanks. Gentlemen, the final question for you, and I kind of want to, I think maybe this is for you, Rob, is talk to me about what 2024-2025 school year looks like. Campus modifications, new things that are happening in the school, maybe some new partnerships that you're working on right now, or things that are continue to evolve, and how the school continues to grow.
Yeah, I'll say a few words on that, and then I will hand over to David, because I think he's got more specifics on the actual campus development plans. But certainly for us, what we have noticed is 90% of our mobile community, so international community, are living here in and around Nitschede. So it's becoming quite full up here, even in terms of finding an apartment or a house. We have over 1,200 houses up here around the school, and a lot of them are full. So what we're really looking at is more of establishing more of a presence for families downtown, especially high schoolers who are fine, jumping on the bus. So we've cut down our bus times to campus to around 25 to 30 minutes for those students coming from Sukhumvit Soy 24. Which we've used as a kind of trial there. And we've also arranged, part of the reason we've managed to bring down these busing times is because we've arranged for a rapid express route access into the campus from the expressway. So these are a couple of modifications that we've made really in the past year, just to ease that pressure on families being able to find a place in Nitschede. and also, really to sort of get into the heart of kind of those high schoolers living downtown who tend to be in that sort of Prompong area. So that's really, I think, where we're going, and that dovetails nicely in with our AP announcement, which will drop on this particular platform. So maybe I'll pass over to David. You can talk maybe a bit about the AP, and then maybe the new theater as well.
Those are the two things I was going to say. So we have 2 theaters on campus, and one of them has been under renovation this whole year. We started it, I think the first move started, I think an hour after the last school year ended. I think that's when the work started on that already. So it's been almost a year now, but it's supposed to be ready for August. So it's going to increase capacity by, I think, by 150 seats or something. There'll be a pit for musicians to play in. There'll be a balcony, and we're on the other end of it, there's going to be more spaces for high school students, because it's facing up against the high school, to have like more places to hang out, to have some study spaces as well. So that's the big, I think, change for the campus. And Rob said the AP. So we are introducing about, I think, 12 more AP classes or something. So we're at 5 now, and I think we're going up to 18 AP classes. So what this is really going to do obviously this is more for our high school, or families interested in high school, but so it's going to offer a whole new pathway to graduation and to universities in North America, specifically United States. So by offering AP now, if your child is aiming for that, to be a doctor or a nuclear scientist or anything like that, and needs certain credits in sciences, for example, with the introduction of these AP classes, they can get those credits to apply for those kinds of programs. Because if you're doing just the IB, it's really difficult to actually get enough science credits, for example, for things like medicine and things like that, and like these like really high-end kind of science degrees. You need all of the sciences. You need lots of them. So that's going to be a change, but it's really going to be more for us to offer that's sort of like I think the practical piece of it. But I think what I think is the best about it is that it offers more opportunities to more students at the school. So up until even this year, the IB was about 70% of our kids were taking the IB diploma. I think with the introduction of these AP courses, I think it's going to even out much more over the next few years. And like I said, it's going to offer more opportunities to kids. Like AP is definitely a bit more accessible to students who are still learning English, maybe as well. It's not as it's a different demands, let's put it that way. And so not everyone needs to take the IB to be able to get into university. And we're trying to kind of make that happen for the students that come here. And obviously it's nice for parents if kids have AP classes under their belt, saves a little bit of money in college, because you get college credits for those classes too. So you get college level experience as a student. You can go further in your studies already from the first year, and it opens more doors for you at the end of the day. That's really what it does. It opens more doors for more students.
Awesome. Mr. Rob Tyler, Mr. David Gripple, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy mornings to speak with us. Really, really appreciate it. But we need to move on to your video presentation now. So have a wonderful day.
Thank you.
Thanks, Stephen.
Take care, everyone. Bye.
Friends, International School Bangkok, ISB, is one of the top international schools in Thailand and Asia. They run an accredited and challenging international curriculum guided by leading educational research and global best practice incorporated into North American and international baccalaureate diploma frameworks. They prepare students to become leaders in meeting the ever-changing needs of the world and equip them with the knowledge and skills to become caring global citizens. Their vision is to enrich communities through the intellectual, humanitarian, and creative thoughts and actions of learners. They are driven by their core values, their mission, and their definition of learning. So without further ado, I invite A very big thank you to ISB International School Bangkok again for joining us. Our next school up that we are going to be featuring now is KS International School Bangkok. And I'm very pleased to have with me Ms. Chaidi Reichel. How are you today?
Good morning. My name is Kai Durikel. Yep.
Oh my
Good morning.
Lord. You know what? I even asked. I said, how do you pronounce this person's name? So Ms. Kai, I apologize for ruining your name there. It's very nice to meet you. Thank you so much for joining us. As I have offered the opportunity to everybody, I know you have some slides as well that you'd like to show. So you tell me when you'd like to have those jump in there. But why don't you introduce us to KIS? And my question always is, what makes you so excited about coming to campus in the morning?
Sure. So my name is Kai. I'm the primary school principal. It's my second year here at KIS. And, it's always wonderful to be part of a community of learners where everybody loves learning. And so why do I love to come to school each day? It's because the students run into school in the morning and they just can't wait to join the school community. And it's not just the kids, it's our teachers and it's actually our families as well. We offer a lot of parent information sessions. And if I think last year, comparing this year with last year, we're offering even more sessions this year for parents because our parents love learning as well. And in fact, we have a very active, what we call KISPA, a parent association. And I even saw an advertisement just yesterday that 2 members of our KISPA committee are going to be offering information sessions coming up soon as well. So our parents are learners, our students are learners, our teachers are learners, and of course, I'm learning with everyone as well. So why do I love coming to school? It's beautiful. I love the color blue, if I'm honest, and our colors are really white, blue, green. I love the color blue. That resonates with me. But also, we have a beautiful green campus in the heart of Bangkok, and we're a community of learners.
Fantastic. So would you like to go through your slide deck?
Sure. So I tried to connect it myself. Are you able to see it?
The good news is I'm able to connect it. There you go.
Perfect. Great. Okay. So as you can see in the advertisement there, or on that first page, we have celebrated 25 years of inspiring individuals. Our mission, or I should say our vision, is inspiring individuals. And that's what we aim to do each and every day through our work. And we had a big celebration. We called it a birthday party with our students, our younger students, but it was a big anniversary celebration earlier this calendar year in January. And it was a beautiful community celebration. So that image there represented 25 years of inspiring individuals. We are really grounded in our core values. We have 4 core values that have been with us for about 6 years or so. And they are striving for understanding, taking action ethically, nurturing passion in self and others, and creating a caring and inclusive community. Personally, I have worked in a number of IB schools and a number of international schools around the globe. And this is the first school that really has the core values run through everything that we do. And so if we're in parent information sessions or even in classrooms, we see reference to our core values. We hear it being referenced, but we also see it being referenced because this really grounds us in what we do. We're always striving for understanding, but when we're looking to take action, we want to ensure that our action, for example, is ethical as well. So again, these are our values that really drive what we do as a school. What does our school look like? Well, that's a glimpse from above. As I said, why do I love coming? I love blue, yes. I also love green. I love the nature. I love the trees. One thing that we shared in our head of school message last week, we send a weekly head of school message on Fridays. We had our EY3 group over the last month be really avid birders. They were loving bird watching, and you can't see it in the image here, but we have, was it like 30 different varieties of species of birds identified on our school campus that are in and amongst the leaves there in the trees. All right, this is another view. You can see that we have an auditorium, a primary building, a secondary building, 2 swimming pools, arts and design center, etc. We're also going to be going through a campus redesign process where we're going to be enhancing our current facilities in the coming years. I should say back in that, we're located in a quiet Muban, in a quiet neighborhood in Bangkok. And so while we are in the heart of Bangkok, That street that you can see running just in front of the images there, you can see it's a quiet street. It's because it's not the time of day the picture was taken. Rather, we are located in a quiet Mubon. So we're within the bustling city, but in a quiet spot of the bustling city. Here's another image that shows some of the celebrations at school. Graduation, of course, is always what we're striving for, and this is one of our graduating classes celebrating their completion of the grade 12 program. And some other images here, we can see, if we look at the center, that is a picture taken from The Wizard of Oz. That was, oh golly, I forget her role. That was Annie M. And she had a couple of different roles there, but it was from Wizard of Oz. And actually right now in our primary school, we're very excited to be offering the Little Mermaid Junior production. And so our primary students are well underway for preparing for that production, which will be taking place in May. We also see in this image a picture from design, a picture from a group of students learning from an expert in grade 4, the 3 boys with their blue t-shirts. They were learning from an expert in what we call our Audibox, et cetera, et cetera. So we are very proud as a school to be the first first IB program school in Bangkok, offering the PYP, MYP, DP, and CP program. Not only offering them, but of course offering them with the appropriate authorization and certification. What we don't see on this slide is actually next year we're going to be offering, if you go to the next slide, we're going to be offering the EY Prep program, and this is grounded in the EYFS curriculum as well. And so we have support from OPEC to be offering this program, and we're going to be launching that in August. And so we're going to be authorized and supported to offer a 2-year-old program through to 19-year-old program here on the school grounds. We are a well-resourced school with the appropriate physical, digital resources, as well as the learning spaces and human resources to really provide personalized learning pathways for our students. There is a lot of student initiative in our learning, and that's when, Bangkok is a competitive market. And when we talk to our families and ask them, why is it you chose KIS? Why did you choose to come here? And more importantly, why do you remain? One thing that we hear from our families is that they love how their children have independence and appropriate guidance in their learning. We attract families who want to raise their child to be empowered learners, courageous learners, also very skilled and knowledgeable learners. And we attract those families. And as I shared, we tend to retain those families because of the resources available to support their children. We provide ongoing faculty development or staff development to support that growth and that professional learning for our teachers as well. Because education today does not look the same as it did 5 years ago, let alone 25 years ago when KIS opened. So we provide that continual learning opportunities for our staff to make sure that they have access to cutting edge research when it comes to the field of teaching and education. Communication is paramount. And so when we're working with families to support their children in learning, we need to have open lines of communication to ensure parents' needs are answered and also to ensure they understand what we're doing. So as I shared earlier, we offer a number of parent workshops. We have regular coffee meetings. We also offer one-to-one meetings as needed, and we have some digital sessions as well. Okay, we are grounded in character development, which it comes back to that point that I made about the fact that we attract a certain kind of learner, a certain kind of empowered, compassionate, globally minded learner. When we strive for global mindedness, we look at the IB learner profile, which is used with schools around the world, and we're really striving for these qualities, being an inquirer at the core, of course, being a strong, effective communicator, being reflective in our learning, making principled decisions, et cetera, et cetera. Our school is grounded in these key strategic areas. It's teeny tiny. I can see that. I can see you squinting in, Stephen. But really what we can see here is we have a director this year, head of school, Carolyn Mason Parker. She is our head of school, and she helped create these new strategic items, which as you can see in the years there, we started off this year, and it's going to be running for the next 4 years. What I can share is that these strategic areas really address our current needs, but also looking ahead, what are we striving to do in terms of continuing to grow as an education, and as we continue to strive to grow as a school. Well-being is at the center. Well-being was at the center of that slide because the well-being for all is really paramount for the success for the learners. And so it's that orange one in the middle. We provide well-being opportunities for staff and students, but also that CHE, that represents comprehensive health education. We're looking at what we do to support the health and well-being of our learners, in addition to academic excellence across the board. So we, as you can see in this slide, academic success is important, especially as students are looking beyond the elementary and the secondary school education. As you can see in the IB diploma results, we had an average last year of 34, which compared to the world average of about 30 we were pretty proud of that. When it came to our graduating class, 44% were Thai, 4% were British, 25% Indian, 18% other, and 7% American. So we have a nice balance of local nationals as well as international students in our student bodies. If we look at the next slide, we can see that there were 105 offers from 14 different countries, a range of British schools, a range of American universities, I'll carry on, sorry. And then also schools in Europe and Australia and Finland, Thailand, Vietnam, etc. We are very proud to also be part of a couple of sports organizations. We are part of ASA, which is the Asia International Schools Athletics Association, and MARISA, which is the Mekong River International Schools Association. And being being members of both of these associations means our students have a range of opportunities to compete with other athletes in Thailand, well, I should say in Bangkok, in Thailand, but also within the region. And they love participating with their friends, people who become their friends in other schools. Something else that we really enjoy are these experiential learning weeks. So we have what some schools would call a week without walls. Our students get to go and explore different parts of Thailand for a minimum of 2 nights. We start with 2 nights in grades 3 and 4. In grades 5 and 6, there are 3 nights, and then 7 up, I believe, it's 4 nights, where they go off exploring in different parts of Bangkok. And these pictures here on the left represent some of the places and some of the experiences they had, from archery to swimming to campfires to canoeing to SUPs to snorkeling, just really a range of experiences that are really beautiful. On the next slide, we can see some more pictures from our athletics program and some of our ECAs. So we know that our families really, and our students really love to be engaged during the school day and after school. So we have a range of sports and other extracurricular activities to encourage and motivate our students to find their passions and to pursue their passions. You know, I'm a mother myself, and it was actually through an after-school activity program that my daughter developed one of her passions as well. So as a mom and as an educator, I know how important the ECA program is to ensure students are exposed to things they may eventually become the areas of passion and interest, and maybe even future career pathways as well. As I mentioned at the beginning, we have a very active KISPA. If we go to the next slide, our KISPA is our parent association. They are very a tightly knit group of parents. And as you can see in the pictures, it's not a small group of parents, but actually all of our parents are members of KISPA and are invited to a range of activities and a range of opportunities to be engaged and be involved. If we go to the next slide, yep, we can see some more description of what they are, what we do and also some of the benefits. And I think the first bullet point really sums it up well. One of the things that KISPA does is it helps new parents immerse themselves with and adjust to KIS and really Bangkok and living in Thailand and being part of this community. There is this, as the second bullet point shows, there is really a strong bonding amongst the parents, and we create that sense of community. And community is really one of the key aspects of KIS. We are by design a medium-sized school with up to 950 students in our enrollment, and we don't intend to grow larger than that. Really, we are a medium-sized school by design, and we really enjoy that. Here is some images showing some of our communication with families. You can see emails, social media posts, as well as some video series that are available to learn more about our school.
Sorry, and there I am on mute. Thank you so much for that. That was a great presentation. Fantastic. Now I have to put our slides back up so that we look professional again. Wonderful. So great. That is wonderful. I'm going to encourage you, Ms. Chai. Now I'm going to get your name wrong. I apologize. But for you or the people at KIS, we do have 2 questions for you in our chat here. But because of time, I'm going to need to move on and show your video right now. But I would love it if you could answer those questions in the chat. That would be so fantastic.
Sure.
Thank you so much for your time today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Folks, KIS International School, centrally located in Bangkok, Thailand, is an IB World School exclusively offering the International Baccalaureate programs. KIS is a collaborative community of about 750 students and 55 nationalities. They enjoy a strong community atmosphere and a variety of pursuits in academics, athletics, arts, and service. Students at KIS can pursue a continuum of IB education right from the start through the following programs: the IB Primary Years Program, the Middle Years Program, and the Diploma Program. Its dedicated teachers and supportive parents work in partnership toward the attainment of student success. The school offers an academically challenging international curriculum and well-rounded program of sports, creativity, and community service. They provide all students, from the youngest children stepping into a classroom for the first time to their graduates heading off to the best universities, with the tools to become lifelong learners, successful leaders, and responsible global citizens. KIS is recognized as a top-quality international school with high academic standards, being fully accredited by both the Council of International Schools and the International Baccalaureate. So without further ado, I would love to show you their video.
What if I told you that nestled in one of the top cities of the world, amongst centuries of tradition and culture, you'd find an enchanting and transformative educational experience? Welcome to KIS International School. We are an IB World School inspiring students from the young age of 3 to 18 in vibrant Bangkok, Thailand, providing a challenging, well-balanced, and differentiated learning experience that caters to the unique needs of each individual. With passionate and experienced faculty, our students are equipped with the critical thinking and problem-solving skills that will guide them through their academic journey while preparing them for the future. Surrounded by a supportive community, our facilities are designed to inspire curiosity and growth, whether that's performing on stage or preparing for the IB examinations. Our students are empowered to dream big and equipped with the tools and facilities to discover their passions. Established in 1998, our school has grown into one of the most esteemed international schools, and there's more. In August 2024, with the opening of our state-of-the-art second campus, we are poised to become the most modern and handsomely equipped IB World School in the region, serving day and boarding students from around the world. Set over 240,000 square meters of land, our unparalleled state-of-the-art facilities include purpose-built academic, athletic, and engaging spaces that are unmatched, including a dedicated boarding village serving up to 300 students from grade 4 through 12. Our commitment to academic excellence is reflected in our students' outstanding IB exam results and acceptances to top universities around the globe. Come discover how KIS International School is inspiring individuals since 1998.
Fantastic. And thank you so much to our friends over at KIS International School Bangkok. The good news is we actually have another KIS to talk to here, International School Ringwood Park. And I am excited that we have Miss Tracy France here with us, and I will bring her onto the stage now as well. Hello, Miss Tracy. How are you today?
Hello, Stephen. I'm very well, thank you. How are you today?
I am wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking time out of your day. As I've given everyone the opportunity, I'd love for you to, just take a moment to introduce KIS Ringwood, and then also, tell us about what you're most excited about every morning when you're coming to campus.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, I'm so excited to tell you about KIS's second campus. You just had an exclusive overview there from Kai about KIS Bangkok. So we are in the Ringwood Park development, which is in Lamluka, Pathum Thani. So about an hour's drive northeast of downtown Bangkok. And we are located in the Ringwood Park community. Ringwood Park has a world-class golf course called Robins Wood, and is a multi-use development of different types of housing. And we have a large footprint, a 60-acre purpose-built international school at Ringwood Park. So we will be a full program IB school, like our first campus school, but we're also going to have the addition of being a boarding school, and students from grades 4 and above will be able to join us for day or weekly boarding. So we'll be unique in that we're a full program IB school, but we'll be the only school in Bangkok that's also full program IB and a boarding school. We have an amazing facility, purpose-built, and we'll be opening in August of 2024. We'll be opening for early years from the 3-year-olds, initially through to grade 9. And after the first year of operation, we will increase and grow every year, introduce a grade 10, a grade 11, so on and so forth, until we have our first graduating class in 2028. And so that, in a nutshell, is our new school, Ringwood Park. One of the things that you asked me about was what makes me excited to come to work. I think the excitement is in creating this new school community. So it's very exciting to see the facilities as they're being finished, and to show prospective families and parents around this great campus. But it's also very exciting to plan for the students and the new families and the new teachers that are going to join us as we create our new school community.
Fantastic. That was a great introduction. I really appreciate it. It's always so exciting. We've been doing this virtual summit long enough, that we saw Kings come onto the stage with the new, kind of open their doors, and several other schools. So it's really great to see another campus, get ready for, we saw Verso come online, etc. And so it's really cool to see another facility coming online. A question from our audience here, from a woman named Marina, is asking about your entrance tests, and whether or not, what those what the entrance process is like, how strict is it, what's the opportunity for a child, and some of those criteria.
Oh, wonderful. Well, we encourage any interested families to contact us and make an application, or if they have questions, to contact the admissions team about that application process. What we want to ascertain when we talk to families and prospective students is how we can get to know them through that admissions process. I wouldn't describe it as strict. We're looking at more than just for example, their English language proficiency. That's one aspect that we look at, of course, but we look for more than that. We want to look a little bit more at, what the children are interested in a broader sense, whether it's a performing art or a sport, etc. We want to know a little bit more about their family, their hopes and dreams for the future and where they see themselves, perhaps, especially if they're applying to the secondary school, if they have any particular plans for their further education and so on. And so we really, we get to know the students, we talk to the students as a student interview, as well as some assessments as well. So we want to make sure that we get to know the student very well so that when they join us, we already can be prepared and have a plan for meeting their needs and supporting them. We want every child to join us to be successful ultimately.
Fantastic. I only have time for one more question from you. And usually I ask people, you know, what are you excited about next year? Obviously, it's for you, it's the opening of your campus. Talk to me about, you know, what are your expectations for what that opening looks like for, you know, the families that you'll be welcoming in, and, you know, how you ease that sort of, this is all new, you know, we're not sure what to do, you know, like what's that look like in your mind, and maybe, you know, paint that picture for me.
Yeah. I think being very open and communicative for a start, and having some onboarding and orientation sessions for students, for parents and families as well. Obviously, we will be having a period of that for the teachers as well. But making sure we do a good job of starting well and starting positively with open methods of communication, so that we're opening very flexibly and saying, look, this is what we're planning for. This is how we're going to communicate. But if you have a concern, if something's wondering, you know, you're wondering about something that you didn't get an answer to, this is how you get in touch with us. So we'll be very open and looking to over communicate, if you will, because that's ultimately, we don't want any parents or students to feel anxious or worried. We want everyone to feel well prepared and ready. And I'm sure that we'll be modifying the day in different ways to provide that orientation that's necessary.
Super cool. Miss Tracy France, thank you so much for taking time out of your day. I know that it is quite an endeavor to open up a new campus, and so I wish you all the luck, and we'll look forward to seeing you in 2024.
Thank you so much. I really hope you enjoy the fly-through video. It's an amazing facility that we've got here. Please come and visit us.
Thanks. Okay, folks. Again, this is KIS International School, Ringwood Park. So, and the park opens this August, in August 2024, offering a new world-class 60-acre campus, and will be Bangkok's only full IB day and boarding school. Opening its doors for children to age 3 to 14 from early years 1 through grade 9, and boarding from grade 4 and above. The school will then gradually add a grade each year until graduation. Each section of KIS Ringwood Park, the early years, primary, secondary, and boarding, are nestled in their own self-contained environments within their larger campus. Outside of the classroom, the expansive campus allows for a wide breadth of activities with a high-tech 1,000-seat performing arts center and an expansive indoor sports complex housing a 1,000-seat sports arena, aquatic center, golf development academy, and fully equipped gymnastics hall. And now I am very interested to see this video, so I hope you are as well. Thank you again to our friends over at KIS International School Ringwood Park for that presentation. And here's a cool thing. They actually have a special here that's exclusive for our BK Kids Virtual School Summit. Joining in August in 2024, you can see here on your screen, you can enjoy the Founding Families Appreciation Package. So application fee and registration fee are waived, plus a 30% off tuition discount on every 4th year at the school. You can book your tour there by scanning that QR code there. And then obviously mentioning this option, and you could get those discounts as well. So please, I will leave that on the screen there just for 1 minute. So before we bring on our next guest, but please take advantage of that if KIS Ringwood Park looks like a school you're interested in. Moving on to our next school, we have KPIS International School. And we have our next guest to come on the stage with me, Mr. Ben Edmonds. How are you, sir?
I'm all right, Steve. Nice to see you again. I think
nice to see you as well. Thank you very much. Again, one of the things that I love about this is that I get to see both new faces and old faces. It's wonderful to see you again. Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Again, I want to offer you the same opportunity that we've been offering everybody. Tell us, kind of paint the picture for us, set the stage about what KPIS is to you, about the campus, about the school, and what brings you to campus every day. What's your highlight?
Well, I mean, I listened to some of the early ones talking about meeting students and things like that. And of course, that's it, right? We come in, and in my role, myself personally, as a director of operations, I'm looking at things from in all angles and all areas, right? So when I come in the morning, it's seeing all the children arrive. Drop off is one of the greatest times that you can experience, because you get to see the real sort of levels of different kids that you've got in the school, the families coming in all together from nursery through to grade 12. You might have families of children in kindergarten and then in elementary and so on. So you get to see all of that in one picture. And I think that's something that we can sort of share, if you like, as being a family community coming and sharing learning experiences. And certainly the learning experiences that I see them involved in as I walk around the school is important. And certainly for myself is what excites me when I come in on the start of a school day.
Nice. I want to take an opportunity to ask you, maybe I hope this isn't too much of a curveball of a question, but you are the designated safeguarding lead, as the director of operations. And what does that mean to you? What does that encompass in KPIS?
Well, of course, safety is one thing, but also safeguarding, making sure that across the board, whether from teachers through parents, it's training done and we're up to speed. So all of our teachers, I mean, since 2016, 2017, we first put in place our child protection policies. And since then, we've been building on it and going through it. And we use things like the TES Educare platform to help the online CPD for our teachers to make sure they're up to date with keeping children safe in education. But also on the hands-on level, if you like, it means that being aware all the time of what's going on, making sure that we can support in all aspects of children's safety, but also staff safety, everybody's safety within the community, and being able to respond in real time. A key aspect was shifting as the mentality had been from being reactive to situation to being responsive and then being proactive. And that's really the main thing, really, is to say that as proactive safeguarding, it means that we're looking for the risks, we're looking for those kind of situations that can maybe happen and not impair learning. So we can improve learning. And because of this, it means we've been able to venture further in terms of the school trips we've been taking and do more experiential learning trips outside. We're going to places like Mangroves, etc., with both our younger students and also our senior students. And that obviously enhances the overall learning experiences had by our students.
I love it. That's fantastic. One of the questions I like asking is when a new family is considering schools in Bangkok, or maybe transitioning between schools in Bangkok or whatever, what are some of the typical questions that they come to KPIS with about why they're considering you, or why they want to make a change, or what are some of those aha moments that they have when they're like, wow, we didn't know this about the school?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of our catchment is local catchment, I'll be honest, because we're pretty much the only international school in the Bangkok area. So that means that students who live locally may be looking for that change if they've come from from sort of elementary somewhere else. But the key thing they're looking for is somewhere where they can trust the child, of course, inside the school, and have an opportunity for them to grow for a long period of time. Now, because we're open from nursery through to grade 12, and we're only a population of 700 from nursery through to grade 12, their child could be with us for 14, 15 years. which is a long time in life, but not so long. So that it's really looking to see, is this a place where I want to invest my child's learning in the long term? And so when we have them walking around looking at the school, we make sure that they're seeing all aspects of it, from the pockets of play and the purpose-built kindergarten to how PBL comes through in elementary, and then the sort of the design center or experience center that we've created, where all our learners go to experience different aspects of whether that's computer type coding or design through fabric or culinary arts. These are the questions that they're asking, is like, what is it that's experiences my children are going to take away? And of course, what universities can they go on to once they go through our system here? And that brings us on to talk about how we offer AP programs across the board. And for our graduates in the last 4 years, been going off to 11 different countries around the world, including North America, Europe, Australia, and Pacific as well. So these are the questions that I think is standard probably for many parents coming to schools. But of course, because we're relatively small and in an area where there's not a lot of international schools, the questions will come is, what's the benefit of our child coming here? Can they get to go and study in the UK or in America by following this program? And yes, they can. Yes, they can, without doubt. And more so, we're seeing children going off and taking part in things that enhance their portfolios as too, whether that's Model United Nations or debate. And we've recently had teams be successful in both that and also the World Scholars. So these are things that are very powerful for parents, as well as, of course, we have, in the past, we had musical shows taking place here, and we've had strong musical and performing arts going on in the school. And again, that's an aspect that is sort of keen for so many of our students applying.
Talk to me about those learning support aspects that are at KPIS, which both for learners that may be struggling or learners that may have special needs, but then also, you've already mentioned lots of different programs and outlets and opportunities, but I'm thinking about the student who really is excelling, and, somebody needs to notice that and kind of, help them along and point them away.
Yeah, I mean, of course, through our admissions process, we, for particularly for elementary and up, there's a screening process using MAP NWEA, which looks at their reading and math levels as they're coming in. So English is obviously an initial area of not concern, but that might need support. And of course, we have an EAL support system that goes up through elementary into secondary, where the students would work both within the classroom. It's a push and pull out system, both within the classroom and also outside to enhance their English language. And then the other areas, you're looking at learning support and how we deal with students who may develop things over time. It may not be apparent when they join the school in nursery, right? And then they get through and they're coming through. So we have counselors and we have learning support staff who work with students and go into classrooms to make observations. And then we have those clinics and what have you that we can reach out to specialists if we need to have any kind of assessment done. But the key thing is always looking at how we support the child, right? And that's the key aspect there, as I heard somebody else talking about, was communication, right? Communication is the ongoing thing that has to be carrying on from the very beginning until they leave the school. And our goal is to support as best we can. We're not a special needs school by any means, but we do have learning support in place that works hard to sort of ensure the development and growth of all students, who whatever their need may be.
Fantastic. Final question for you is, how is KPIS going to be growing and evolving in the 2024-25 school year and beyond? You said that, you're in a unique part of the Bangkok area and you're serving a unique part of the community. How is that influencing, how you're continuing to develop your campus, maybe your curriculum, those kinds of things?
Yeah, I mean, the key thing as well, I think, is similar to last year. As we said, we're increasing in class numbers. So we were before a 2-round school, and now we're increasing up to be 3-round, which means 3 classes at each grade level, from pre-K up to grade 2 next year. So this year is currently grade 1. So obviously that means an increase in the grade 2 level in the elementary. So that's one aspect. So we have new students both joining and hopefully staying as well, of course. We're just updating and upgrading our elementary playground as well. So that will be more exciting for those kids to run and slide and climb around on next year, but also we hope it's happening soon this year, but that's a key selling point for next year. And then to continue the work we've been doing in areas in the secondary of community service, where we're encouraging students to get out in their own sense of self-leadership and develop and work with the community, because we really enjoy doing that locally. We've had students going out to many different places, and you can see that on our Facebook page that's put out there. They go out to different places, donating or doing work with children. And that's something we want to see more of as we move into next year. and sort of community work.
Fantastic. Mr. Ben, thank you so much for taking time out of your morning to speak with us today. I really appreciate it. But now I'm going to move on to your video presentation, which I'm looking forward to.
Wonderful. Thank you, Stephen. Have a good day. Thank you.
You too. Folks, KPIS International School is a nursery through grade 12 school in Bangkok for 2 to 18-year-olds and offers the AP program for high school. KPIS provides unique learning experiences that build skills for an ever-changing world. At KPIS International School, they're unwavering in their dedication to delivering a transformative education that goes beyond just academic excellence. They believe in equipping students with a spectrum of competencies like effective communication, critical thinking, creativity, computational insights, and global perspectives. By immersing them in rich experience and focused mentorship, they cultivate their leadership potential and nurture their readiness for future challenges. Their commitment is resolute: to shape a community of forward thinkers who excel academically, embrace innovation, and lead with integrity. In this robust and adaptive learning environment, students are emboldened to make meaningful contributions to both local and global communities, always remaining curious and driven in a rapidly evolving world. And without further ado, I give you KPIS.
Knowledge plus insight is strength. KPIS provides unique learning experiences that build skills for the ever-changing world. With today's technologies developing faster than ever, the skill sets needed for future careers are also transforming. We believe education must adapt to the new world. To ready our students to deal with many challenges the future may bring, we provide a learning environment that students will not only learn, but practice skills that prepare them for their future, such as effective communication, critical thinking, problem solving, lifelong learning, independent thinking, collaboration, creativity, computational thinking, and global thinking. With this fail-safe culture and environment, students will be able to stay curious and develop the much-needed future competencies. Follow us as we take you through the learning approaches of our school.
I like to read in the learning center downstairs.
Why do you like it?
Because they have a lot of books. I like to play the house game.
Here in kindergarten, we believe in creating a love of learning for every student in the early years. Using the principles of creative curriculum combined with the pockets of play at adaptable learning centers and technology centers, we provide an environment that nurtures young minds.
My favorite subject is LA, Social Studies and Science, because a lot projects have been going on in social studies, and we are also doing the science fair. My favorite activity is language arts. Now we get to write letters to other American grade 2 students and how we are learning in class. A lot of people do say that math is very hard, but once you get used to it, it's actually pretty fun. My teacher likes to put math stations. She'll put these pieces of paper in different parts of the room, and we will just rotate until everyone has done each part.
In elementary, our goal is to create a strong foundation for students to gain confidence in their abilities, to excel in their education, and to grow individually. Through project-based learning, we develop independent critical thinkers who communicate their ideas effectively within a collaborative environment. We also equip students with social, emotional skills to be successful, independent global citizens with strong moral values and a resilient work ethic.
So I'm in an elective called game design. Game design helped me understand games better.
My favorite subject, music. You can play instruments, you can sing, you can dance.
Club The Onion is a speech and debate club. I really like doing debates because it gives you a chance to think about other people's opinions.
Do you want to be when you grow up?
That's a hard question. I don't really have anything. Yeah.
You're still exploring?
Yeah.
We're still in high school.
Middle school is a time for exploration and various learning experiences. At KPIS, we offer programs that help to build and grow transferable skills in a safe and supporting learning environment. Students are able to discover their passions and gain experience as they reflect on their process and their academic and social progress.
I applied to the University of York to study chemistry, and the reason that I chose this subject, the teachers guided me through our career counseling sessions, and I was also very motivated to go into something that would lead me to environmental job opportunities.
Thanks to the encouragement of my peers and mostly the teachers, I felt really comfortable in really exploring my limits as a student, or my boundaries, and even trying to cross them to, expand those boundaries.
High school is a time for the direct application of transferable skills. Students are able to reflect on their past experiences to improve and to grow for their future success. Students are able to sharpen their skills as they prepare to be leaders and global citizens. At KPIS, we offer subjects in accounting, statistics, physics, chemistry, biology, environmental sciences, psychology and economics, language, literature and acquisition, visual and performing arts, and the AP Capstone Diploma, which includes AP Seminar and AP Research. At KPIS, we understand the importance of the holistic development of our students through these experiences as they work towards future success.
Welcome to KPIS Experience Center, where our main goal is to take learning experiences beyond the school. After students have learned basics from each of their classes, they will be able to explore, experiment, and bring their ideas to life in a fail-safe environment through project-based learning in fields that interest them, ranging from multimedia, culinary arts, engineering, performing arts, fashion, design and technology, and so many more.
The Experience Center will focus on using design thinking process as our main learning approach. These steps include to emphasize or research users' needs, to define or state users' needs and problems, to ideate to challenge assumptions and create ideas, prototype to start to create solutions, test to try the solutions out, and to reflect to make sure that students understood the process.
These learning approaches are adapted from each and every level at school, from kindergarten to high school. We guide our students to create projects that they can use in the real world. Within these projects, we also collaborate with corporations and businesses in the real world, where our students gain real-world experiences in return. For example, the F1 in School.
In F1 in Schools, our main objective is to change the perception of science, technology, engineering, and math by creating a fun and exciting learning environment for students to help them be inspired to develop an informed view in careers in engineering, Formula One, science, marketing, and technology.
Here at the Multimedia Studio, we let the student lead the class. We do what they're interested in, whether it's going to be a music video, a cooking video, or maybe their personal log. We here just giving them guidance and the experience that they need so that they can find out who they are, what they're passionate about, and help guide them into the career they love.
Together, we look forward to creating wholesome experiences for all of our children. We do understand that each child is unique, therefore we would create unique learning experience for each of them. Therefore, we believe we can help our students prepare for any challenge that the future may bring.
Fantastic, and thank you so much to our friends over at KPIS for that very nice video presentation. They also have a promotion special fee for the Virtual Online School Fair 2024. Here you can see on your screen, and it says their enrollment fee waiver of 50,000 baht there. You can see a QR code there if you'd like to scan it as well. We'll leave it up here on the screen for you for a little bit, just in case this is of interest to you. You'd like to check out KPIS more, or consider taking advantage of this offer. Please do, and please contact their admissions office directly. Okay, up next, we only have 2 schools left here. Our second to last school is a Prem International School in Chiang Mai. And I am very happy to have another guest with me here, who I'll be bringing on the stage right now, Miss Tam Fawcett. Hello, Tam. How are you today?
I'm great, Stephen. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much. Ms. Tam, as I have done for the others in our summit today and yesterday, I'd love to give you the opportunity to introduce us to Prem. Tell us about, what the school means to you and what, what the campus is like, et cetera. But then also, what brings you to school every day? What's the most important factor that you get excited about coming to school?
Okay. It's an easy question, but it's also a very tough question to answer, because I'm always confounded to know where to begin to talk about Prem, because there is so much to talk about. So let me start by talking about our location. We are at the foothills in northern Chiang Mai, and we are on what we believe to be one of the most beautiful natural campuses in the world. We have over 100 acres of absolute stunning natural beauty around us. So that's certainly one thing that brings us all to work every day, is just the ability to live and to work in nature and to hear birds singing and to hear water as we're walking to lunch, crossing stone bridges, etc. It's absolutely really, truly an amazing place to come to work on a daily basis. But the actual curriculum, we were one of the first schools in Southeast Asia to offer all 4 IB programs. So primary years, middle years, the International Baccalaureate Diploma Program, but we also are one of the rare schools that offers the International Baccalaureate Career-Related Program. And I can talk about that a little later if there's time. But one thing about IB is it is generally recognized as the #1 global curriculum, being the gold standard for pre-university entry. On an annual basis, our students attend the top universities in the world. We have a student population of 534 as of last Friday. I haven't checked today. And of that 534 students, approximately 20% of our students are boarders. So our students not only get to come to school during the day, but they also get to live on this beautiful campus if they are a boarder with us. And we offer flexi boarding, which means that we offer boarding for students whose parents might need to travel for the weekend. to 5-day to full 7-day-a-week boarding. And so what do those students get to use when they are on our campus, as well as a very extensive weekend program? I'm still referring to the boarders. Our campus, we have an Olympic-sized swimming pool. We have a cricket pitch, one of the rare schools to have a cricket pitch that is a professional standard. We host any major cricket games that are going on in Thailand. We have multiple football pitches. We have a golf academy with a driving range, a tennis academy with 6 tennis courts. We have a music academy, and parents as well can take lessons from the professionals in those academies. And we also have a swim academy. And so lots of options for students to be involved outside of their regular curricular day. As pillars, we really focus on creativity. We actually have a creative director, and he oversees a award-winning artist residency Thailand program. So we bring in about 8 artists a year. They can be artists, they can be philosophers, and they work directly with our students and with our faculty, and through real authentic learning that's integrating creativity, which is, of course, today, creative and critical thinking, with the ever-burgeoning onslaught of AI, are really important characteristics for us to develop in children. Sustainability, we are a World Wild Fund Green Flag Eco School, which is is the highest rating that you can get from the WWF. We have, as part of that, we have a farm, a working farm, and we have a forest school. So particularly our younger students in junior school spend time every week at the farm and in the forest, getting to really connect with nature, not just learning about it in books. And for example, our biology class might end up going to the farm, depending on what they're doing. Joyful learning is important to us. We really try to work with students from an individual perspective, as well. Students just being happy and well-being is important from the early years, and also student agency, students being able to have some say in what they want to learn and how they're going to learn that. That's primary importance through us, right through to senior school, which is all part of our pastoral program. Our senior school students actually have a dedicated bespoke curriculum in their homerooms every day, where they meet with teachers. And it's a well-known fact that if students are connected to at least one faculty member, they're going to be more successful. That goes obviously with parent involvement. And we also have a well-being coordinator. That's how important we take student and faculty well-being. Let's see, what else can I tell you? We have 31 student nationalities, 23 faculty nationalities, and 67% of our faculty members hold a master's degree or higher. We just had the International Baccalaureate accreditation team with us 2 weeks ago, and their overarching statement was that there was outstanding teaching and learning happening across all grade levels. So we were very happy to get that affirmation from the IB accreditation team. I think
Fantastic. Well, that's a wonderful introduction. You've done a fantastic job. We do actually have a question about your CP program, about your career program. And so I'd love to, this is the first time we've had a school introduce this particular aspect of IB in here. So I'd love if you give us a little bit more detail, a little more, breadth and depth around that, please.
Certainly. So our CP students do take some of the diploma program classes, but they also have unique classes that focus on career-related goals. We have a partnership with 3 institutions. One of them is SCAD, which is the Savannah College of Art and Design. Another one is SUMAS, which is the Sustainability Management School of Switzerland. And we've just signed on with the World Academy of Sport. And so students who are in the career-related program actually take an online course with one of those institutions, depending on where their desire lies. I think I forgot to mention community being our 4th pillar. So that just triggered my memory. So, you know, community on-site, we have very strong parent school community. We have, for new parents coming in, we have cultural as well as grade level ambassadors, and the broader community, local broader community, we support through sustainability. We support a local company for sustainable products that we sell on campus. We also have a student-run food bank, but in the broader community, those our CP students, do not residencies, but they have sessions with local providers. For example, if students are interested in hospitality, we have partnerships with the Shangri-La. Our music students do performances at the Anantara's afternoon teas. And then we have this broader, wide-based community with these extraneous colleges that provide students courses in areas of interest through the CP program.
Super cool. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. Tell me about, as you're looking forward to the 2024-25 school year and beyond, you know, you've already, I mean, it was kind of a little mind blowing about you've got your farm and your forest school and, you know, your different campus. And, you know, you even said this is the most beautiful campus that you know of. Yeah. How will the school continue to evolve? How, you know, what's new and what's changing? How will the curriculum develop? You know, are there additional buildings, those kinds of things? What's on the horizon?
Yes, on the horizon, I would say that one of the main areas of focus is to, we've been here for 21 years, so it's time to start looking at, you know, renovating spaces. We've started that already, so that will be an area of focus, as well as just keeping abreast of educational change. I mean, everything happens so rapidly. Continuing to support our teachers in professional development, and you know, just being able to wisely integrate AI into teaching and learning, because it's not going away. But you know, how do we do that effectively? And ensure that we still have teachers teaching and students learning in a personalized context, because those connections for us are really important, supporting students and, you know, being personable with all of our community is something that's dear to our hearts. So.
Fantastic. Ms. Tam Fawcett, thank you so much for taking time out of your super busy day, I'm sure as the Director of Marketing there and Admissions at Prem. But we're going to move on to your video presentation right now, and I thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Stephen. Bye-bye.
Welcome everybody, my name is Rachel Keys and I'm delighted to be Head of School here at Prem Tinsulanonda International School, or better known in our community just as Prem. Prem is both a day and a boarding school. It's situated in beautiful Chiang Mai in northern Thailand and home to over 500 students, 70 of which are boarding students. At the core of what we do are our 4 key values: And those are creativity, critical thinking, community, and sustainability. And underpinning all of those is the value that we place on meaningful relationships. And the relationships between teachers and students are at the heart of everything that we do. But who better to talk to you more about those than our teachers and community members?
Here at Prem, creativity is guided by what we call the 4 E's. That is that our staff, our educators are committed to engaging our students, getting them excited about their learning, enhancing what they normally do, looking at the curriculum and seeing how they can build on what they've done in the past, and to enliven, to make our learning visible so that it can be shared with our community, to empower our students to become resilient young people.
I love the teaching here, especially in regards to the art. I enjoy theatre as a kind of different mode of class, especially once you get to the IB level. There's a lot of writing and reflecting and analysing that goes into theatre, but I think what the teachers also really understand is that it is a creative subject, and so we are always trying to practice on our feet and work through problems in different ways, and I think that that's really valuable. So I think this double-pronged approach of having the intense academics coupled with the creativity and the fun, just the pure joy that comes from the arts, is just a really great approach.
If you were to come and look round Prem, one of the things you would see is many happy and fulfilled students. So we take great care with each one to find out what they're interested in. We have a full range of extracurricular activities and many rich learning opportunities so that students can really find their passions and their place in the world.
We want to see our students really develop their critical thinking, their ability to problem solve. Our students learn in a way that is not passive, rather it's actively using their hands to engage with the physical world realities, to learn through doing. There is also the After School Exploria program, where our students could be involved in anything from archery to basketball, and there are countless other examples of activities that they might participate in, which they choose themselves.
Students really are challenged in their critical thinking, in their perspective on what they're learning and how they're learning it, and the role that they will play as global citizens moving forward.
Community is that special triangle of 3 parties, which are the students at the heart, our educators, and also our parent community. And when we can bring all 3 together, that's what really turns a school into a community. There's a buzz, there's a harmony, and we see a community flourishing.
Prem's a very helpful community. We always look out for each other, even for communities outside Prem. I think that still holds true.
Community is a bit different for me because I'm a boarding student. Community here is basically like my second family. Everyone's like my older sister or younger brother.
Prem really does have an immensely special community. And that's not just our wonderful teachers, it's also the whole team. From our student support staff, to the office staff, to the grounds people, to our kitchen staff, to the housekeepers. We're all part of one team, and our sole purpose is to serve the well-being of our students. And the results of that are quite spectacular.
Sustainability at Prem is really the community working together to use and enhance and be part of the environment that we have here. All the way from our early years students up to our senior students, faculty, parents, their extended family. It's part of everybody who interacts with this campus.
Our students every year engage in a unit of inquiry, which falls under the transdisciplinary theme, Sharing the Planet. Engaging in inquiries under this theme Our students learn about key ideas about sustainability, looking after the earth, about taking action in meaningful ways that empower them both in the short term and the long term.
The younger generation are the key to making sure that sustainability really comes into every single part of life. They are our future, and sustainability really is about ensuring that the future is protected.
Thank you so much to our friends at Prem for that presentation. Super fantastic. We have two more schools for you here, and I will be bringing the next one up right now, which is the Singapore International School, Chiang Mai as well. I guess another school in Chiang Mai here. And I have David Maxwell here ready to come onto the stage. And Shazam, look at that. I love how technology is working today. It's fantastic. Hello, Mr. Daniel. How are you today?
Hi, Stephen. Thanks for having us along. Yeah, delighted to be with you today. Been enjoying the presentations of the other schools and looking forward to sharing what we have to offer to everyone who's viewing.
Excellent. So I want to give you the same opportunity everyone else has had thus far in the fact of, introduce SISB to us, and also, tell us about, what is it that, lights your day as you're coming to campus every day? Like, what are the things that, get you excited about coming to school?
Okay, great. Well, I mean, what's special and what's unique about Singapore International School is obviously our Singaporean curriculum. So we're the only school in Northern Thailand offering a Singaporean curriculum, and as is well known, Singapore has one of the most rigorous curriculums in the world. There are very high expectations in mathematics and science. So we're delighted to offer those high expectations. We have teachers from Singapore on the team who make sure the mathematics and the science is taught in the same way as it is taught within the schools in Singapore. As well as this, though, we also incorporate a lot of global mindedness, and we also ensure that our students are become global citizens. So as well as the academic rigor, we're very much a holistic school as well. So we have a big emphasis on sports, arts, creativity, use of technology, and all these, essential, skills for 21st century learners. So for me, when I come into school in the morning, I'm delighted to see, students outside playing basketball, getting ready for their lessons, everyone with kind of smiling faces, parents dropping off their children. And the good thing as well about our school is that we're quite a small school. We're downtown, so we're easy to access. I think we're the only international school that is actually in the downtown area of Chiang Mai, so it makes it convenient for a lot of people. And yeah, you come in and it's there are around about 400 students in our school next year. And it feels like a family. So that's all the way from kindergarten all the way up to grade 12. And most of the teachers know, the vast majority of the students. So as you walk around, it's a very sort of friendly atmosphere. Children and students and teachers are interacting with each other, and it's just got a really kind of nice family spirit at the school.
Fantastic. I would assume that, for most parents who are considering a school anywhere in the world, and then obviously in Chiang Mai, the Singaporean curriculum is a huge differentiating factor. Are there other factors that you often hear when, parents are considering SISB about, is it the location? Is it, other aspects of the campus? Is it other aspects of the curriculum that are deciding factors for them?
Sure, I would say, yeah, as mentioned, being a downtown school, it's very convenient for a lot of people, so they like that. We also have, very, very high expectations for our staff. So we have really qualified staff, very experienced staff, and, very, very caring staff. So parents that have come to our school, when they're asking, why are you interested in the school? Why have you come here? They give us this feedback they've heard, that we have a really sort of dedicated team of educators. A lot of our teachers have got master's degrees. They've all fully licensed. So there's that, and then like I said, there's just a small sort of community here. So some of the schools are large, whereas here it's kind of a nice family spirit at the school.
Tell me about some of the other aspects of the school beyond the curriculum. You mentioned that you come in the morning and students are playing basketball, etc. Like, what other aspects of the school do you like to point out to prospective parents that may be considering a move in terms of clubs, extracurriculars, and other opportunities?
Yeah, absolutely. So campus extracurricular activities are a really, important aspect of, our education program. So at the end of the day, we have ECAs, extracurricular activities, running every single day, and parents are free to choose, and students are free to choose what they would like. It's really various range. We have we have coding, we have Minecraft, we have chess, we have ballet, we have taekwondo, we have basketball, we have arts, we have crafts, we have academic ones for the parents that would, the students that would like those. We have STEM clubs, a whole range of activities that students love to get involved in. And then when they develop these areas, skills in these areas, they can also then get involved in competitions with other schools or nationwide competitions. Another important thing about our school is that we're actually a group of 6 schools. So down in Bangkok or down in other parts of Thailand, there are another 5 schools who are all part of the SISB school family. And we very much share our, resources together, and we have the same sort of academic standards. And also when we have competitions and activities, all the students from all campuses get involved. For example, on Thursday this week, there is a Maths Olympiad, and we have a team of about 12 students flying down to Bangkok to compete in the Maths Olympiad with the other schools. So although we're quite a small school here and we have a nice family atmosphere, we're part of a larger group. And that provides a lot of opportunities. Later on, we have a swimming gala and we have other sporting events as well. And then the students are interested. We get together and we all travel down and get involved in the larger SISB community down in Bangkok.
Fantastic. We have a question here from Samporn, actually 2 questions. She's interested in hearing about the rigor of the admissions process, especially since you're talking about how it's very academic focused and whatnot. So if you could talk a little bit about that. And she's also asking about the percentage of students that are in the school that are Chinese.
Okay, great questions. So the rigor of the assessment for entering the school depends, really on the age. If a child is in the early years, so nursery and kindergarten, we need to make sure they're kind of like school ready and they have basic fluency and numeracy skills. But generally that will be sufficient. As they go into primary again, lower primary again, we have the basic numeracy and literacy test, and we make sure they've got at least a foundation in English and mathematics. As it goes further up, it does get increasingly sort of more difficult. So when they go to secondary school, they do need to have quite a strong foundation in English. If they don't have any foundation in English at secondary, it's really difficult for us to accept them. And then if they're going to be entering like later, because we do the GCSEs and the A-levels, the British curriculum. So if they're going to be entering the school for the kind of the grade 9, 10, 11, 12, they really need a strong foundation in the subjects they're looking to do. So, we use the UK exam. Students can then choose they're going to do physics or chemistry or business studies or economics. If they have a background in these subjects, we're certainly able to accept them. But if they have no background, it makes it more difficult. But we've got a lot of support. We've got a very supportive team. We also have EAS, so extra academic support programs. So if a student comes in and they're strong in a number of levels, but there's some area of weakness, and we believe that they have the potential to catch up, then we can accept them and then put them in with these EAS groups. Throughout the school, we have quite a mixed population. So 50% of our population is from Thai. This is across the whole school. And then about 40%, maybe 41, 42% is from the Chinese community. And the other sort of 10% is from a mix of nationalities. We have Singaporean students, American, Australian, Korean, Burmese, South African, like a wide range. But the 2 biggest populations are definitely the Thai and then the Chinese population.
Thank you so much for that answer. Final question for you is how is the school continuing to evolve and grow and change into the 2024-25 academic year? Are there campus improvements? Are there ways that the school is changing that you'd like to note?
Brilliant. Yeah, that's a great question. Well, the school's changed plenty. This campus only opened up in 2017. At the time, we only had a very sort of small group of kindergarten students, but it's grown and it's blossomed. Just this year, we've opened up a brand new building. So this building is a secondary building. Before we were all in the one structure. Now we've separated. So there's the nursery and kindergarten structure on one side and the secondary building on the other side. And that's fully equipped with the latest science, labs, music room, high-tech library, all the resources that secondary students use. So we've now moved into that building, but it's still probably about 50% full. So we're looking to kind of fill that up over the sort of next couple of years. and also, equip it with even more, resources. We've got exciting plans for the art room and also for the music room in the secondary building, which we're working on at the moment. The outdoor basketball court, we're currently preparing like the rubber surface for an outdoor basketball court. So we'll have a full outdoor basketball court, as well as the air-conditioned gym, which has a full-sized basketball court inside there. So developing sort of those areas. We also have a nice swimming pool. So when the weather is good, we also have our swimming lessons as well. So yeah, lots of plans for improvement, in the year ahead.
Fantastic. Well, I thank you very much for taking time out of your very busy day to speak with us this morning. And I wish you all the best. We're going to move on to your video presentation.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Folks, welcome to Singapore International School, Chiang Mai, a world-class international school located in northern Thailand's historic capital city. Since opening in 2017, SISB Chiang Mai has grown to be a leading school in the international education community. Their school is modern, well-equipped with the latest educational resources, and designed to be an environment in which students can safely grow and prosper. The dedicated team of experienced educators at their campus provide a holistic education which supports students to become scholars, leaders, and global citizens. The combination of this holistic education and the academic rigor of Singapore's world-renowned curriculum ensures each student can achieve success and reach their full potential. Without further ado, the video. Thank you very much once again to our friends over at SISB, Singapore International School, Chiang Mai. Mr. Daniel wanted he reminded me, or he wanted me to mention as well, that the school is fully trilingual. And so that means that the students study English, Thai, and Chinese every day. And so, many times the students, not many times, all the times, when students who join the school at an early age become fully trilingual, which quite frankly, that is pretty darn cool if you ask me. Also, SISB does have a special giveaway for this summit as well. And you can see here that the enrollment fee starts at 30,000 baht. So I will leave it up here on the screen as I have done in the past. If you are interested in the SISB school in Chiang Mai, please contact them directly. You could see there they have their line accounts and other accounts up there, their telephone numbers. So please reach out, and we'll leave this there for a few more seconds and we'll go from there. Our final school, ladies and gentlemen, is Unity Concord International School. And I'm pleased to have them on there. I can see that my guest is here in the back in the green room with me, but their video is not started yet. So I'm going to give them a few more seconds to turn that on and figure that out. Looks like we have a little bit of a technical problem there. I thought we were going to make it through the whole virtual summit without, the full technical hiccup. But Tommy Lee, if you can hear me, please let me know if you can get your video to turn on, and we will go from there. Otherwise, I will move on to your video presentation and we can talk afterwards. Oh, looks like we've got him. There he is.
The lighting is not. Yeah, there we go. Hi.
There it is. Shazam! It worked. Amazing.
Hi there. Hi, Stephen. Hi.
How are you, Mr. Tommy?
I'm doing great, thank you.
Excellent.
Having a lovely Tuesday.
Yeah, fantastic. Well, I like to say last but very much not least, as Unity Concord is our last school for here in this portion of our virtual summit, I want to offer you the opportunity that everybody else has, which is, I'd love for you to just set the stage for us. Tell us about Unity Concord. Tell us about your campus. Tell us about the school in general. And, as the admissions officer, what brings you to campus every day with a smile, and what do you look forward to the most?
Well, I think I could speak, to the heart of the school, I guess you could say, of Unity would be our community, that community focus that we have here. That goes into with our PTA. They have quite a heavy involvement here with our school and kind of the direction that we're going in as well. As of this year, we've actually just launched a brand new building. So now we're up to 5 buildings altogether now at Unity. We've just put in our primary building with a state-of-the-art auditorium as well. Yeah.
Super cool. Nice. Well, you didn't answer me the one thing though. What about you? What's your favorite part? Like what when you're coming to school, you're like, this is what I love.
I would say the team here. The team here, both with in the administration and also the teachers as well. It's a really tight knit team here. It's a great community. Everyone gets along very, very well, and everyone's very super kind here as well.
Okay, fantastic. We kind of have a technical question for you that comes from Susie, and it says, if my kids start at Unity Concord but then want to transfer into the British system for high school qualifications, do you have a transitional system into any of your other schools?
Yes. So as I'm not sure how, I'm guessing you do know a bit about our organization.
I think you should probably, let's assume that we're totally new parents and we don't know anything. Yeah. So I'd give us the full picture.
Well, Unity is under an education group called Ambassador Education Group, or AEG. Now in AEG, we actually have 5 schools and also a language and tutoring center. Now within our 5 schools, we have 2 schools that follow the bilingual program. And then we have 3 international schools. 2 international schools here would be Unity Concord International School, this school right here, and ACIS, which is Americana Chinese International School. And our third one, which is British Concordance International School. So that's our newest international school that uses the British curriculum. And so transition in our organization isn't too uncommon. It does happen quite often. Generally, towards the end of the semester, the end of the year, some children will like to try out. Like, say, for example, they've been in a bilingual system for most of their life. They want to try out the British curriculum. Hey, they can also have that option too. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. What are some of the other questions that, if I'm a parent or I'm a family that's transitioning to Thailand, or maybe, interested in transitioning from an entirely different school system, like what are the typical questions that they have? And then, what I really love is what are some of those aha moments that parents have where it's like, yeah, okay, these are the deciding factors or the reasons why they would choose Unity over a different system.
Okay, I would say for Unity, in the sense that we kind of have a bit of everything. We have a pretty good, pretty comprehensive athletics department as well. The academics team are very, very solid. And I would say that overall, the questions that I mostly receive would be basically based on their expectations. Like what's to expect here at Unity? Like what will my child receive? The quality of their education, things like that as well. Where can they go afterwards? Like they talk about universities and, going abroad or staying here in Thailand. And I would say more on the social side of things as well. The questions would be more kind of like how the kids get along, how the systems in school work as well, like that.
Okay, fantastic. Are there any challenges that you've heard of, or any challenges that the parents bring up in terms of location, in terms of getting kids to and from school, in terms of if my child fitting in, those kinds of things?
I would say for us, there's not much of a concern in the social side of things. Chiang Mai as a whole, I would say one of the more common things, concerns, would be more about Chiang Mai. As you may know, Chiang Mai. Right now, we're actually starting our smoky season.
I do love that we all call it the smoky season. That's
the smoky season in Chiang Mai. So this is usually the main concern that parents have when choosing a school in Chiang Mai is like, okay, what are we doing about the smoky season? How are we, what kind of regulations do we have in place to keep the kids safe and things like that as well? Yeah. So that I would say that would be one of the main concerns currently. Yeah, would be the smoky season, things like that too. Yeah.
Well, let me just offer you that up. So what does Unity do during the smoky season? What are your regulations?
So for us, we have set up kind of regulations in our classrooms and inside the buildings. We have air filtration systems set up. Now, depending on the day, depending on the AQI, kind of where it is, they will have limitations basically based on that. Either they can go outside for a little bit, they'll be limited. Like maybe they'll have 10 minutes only for recess, and then everything have to be indoors. We do have other systems set up. So, for example, if we get over 400, which usually doesn't get there. Usually in the the highest I've seen is mid 200s, maybe 300.
I was going to say, people's heads are exploding. I mean, that's Lahore you just talked about right there. For you.
Yeah, but if we ever do get to 400, that's when the school closes for the day. Yeah, sure. And then during the Songkran break, which is coming up soon in April. So towards the end of this month, and then all the way through to the end of April, we actually have almost about four weeks off as well. Yeah, okay. For this mainly for the smoky season too. So we recommend parents to travel around Thailand, maybe go down south during this time. Yeah.
Okay, fantastic. So final question for you is, as you look forward to the 2024-2025 school year and beyond, obviously, how is the campus changing? How is it evolving? You said, you just had some buildings that they went up. Are there other changes to the curriculum or the campus or anything else that you would like to highlight?
For the academic side of things, the curriculum, we're pretty much set right now. What we're going to be doing next year is we're going to be kind of taking another look at our EAL program and kind of seeing how we can improve that. For the campus and facilities, we're actually going to be expanding towards the back end of our campus now. Our founders recently purchased some land towards the back of our campus, and we're going to be expanding out there with a new sports complex, a brand new high school, and so many more exciting things to come. Yeah,
wow, that's super cool. Yeah. Well, Mr. Tommy Lee, I really I can't thank you enough for taking time out of your day for speaking with us here. And I'm going to now move on to your video presentation. So thank you very much.
Okay, well, thank you for having us. It's a pleasure. Thank you very much.
Folks, Unity Concord International School Chiang Mai was opened in 2017 by Amporn and Choget. Oh boy. I'm going to apologize because I'm going to destroy their names. But they are an award-winning teachers and school administrators with more than 33 years of experience as educators. The other schools operated within the group are the Americana Chinese International School, British Concordance International School, the Ambassador Bilingual Academy, the Ambassador Bilingual School, and the CEC Language and Tutoring School. Unity was founded in 2016 and opened its doors to students on August 28, 2017, at the time offering pre-kindergarten to grade 5 with an enrollment of approximately 150 students. This number climbed throughout the year to approximately 220 students by the end of the second semester. Unity now accepts students from preschool, which is 1.6 years old, to grade 12 and has 958 students currently enrolled. Unity's fourth year of grade 12 students consists of 39 students who have been accepted to universities domestically and abroad. And here is their video presentation. And thank you very much to Unity Concord International School for that presentation. Really, really appreciate it. And finally, folks, Unity as well does have a promotion that they are offering to everybody who is viewing or seeing the recording of our 2024 Virtual School Summit. You can see it here on your screen right now. Today through March 31st, 2024, that you can get 50% off your entrance fee, you 10% off your tuition fee. And there's some really, I was reading here, there's some small type there that there's a lucky draw offering prizes up to 20,000 Thai baht. And the lucky draw runs from March 13th through the 17th. In order to enter that drawing, please contact the Unity Admissions Department directly. But I will leave that up on the screen here for you so that you can see it before we close out. Folks, thank you so much for being a part of yesterday and today, the 2024 BKK Kids Virtual School Summit. We've had dozens of fantastic schools and the guests. I want to thank all of them for coming and joining us, for providing an overview of the schools, and for also, giving us their insights into how they're growing, how they're evolving, their different challenges and their different approaches to education in Bangkok and beyond and across Thailand. The schools that we saw today were American curriculum, IB World Schools, and other national curriculums. You can see them on your screen right here. Again, that was International Community School, ICS, ISB International School Bangkok, KIS International School Bangkok, and the KIS International School, their new Ringwood Park campus, pardon me. Then we also had KPIS School, International School, Prem International School in Chiang Mai, Singapore International School in Chiang Mai, and Unity Concord in Chiang Mai out to close out our day. I want to remind you as well that if you'd like more information, please hop over to bkkkids.com or chiangmaikids.com and check out the 2024 BKK Kids International Schools Guide. It has a ton of information. It's free. All you need to do is go up there to the school menu item at the top of the page and enter your information, and you can download that for free right now. And then in just a short time as well, you can also get the 2024 BKK Kids Activities and Camps Guide. That's coming out soon. You can still get the 2023 version right now if you'd like, but we'd love for you to get the updated 2024 version as well. My name is Stephen Laddick. I'm the director here at BKK Kids. I really appreciate your participation, and I wish you all the best. I want to give a big thank you to everyone for coming. Please come over and join us at Facebook, on Facebook at BKK Kids, on YouTube as well, but also obviously our website, BKK Kids, which has been around for some 15 odd years now, which is quite amazing. Chiang Mai Kids, which is online and it has a focus on Chiang Mai. And in just a very short bit, we'll be launching PhuketKids.com as well. So please come over and check out Phuket Kids as well, just as soon as that launches. Thank you so much and have a wonderful day.